Hi, how are you? This is Chris. So welcome to my development diary. This is the first day and first episode. Now, if you've not been following me before or watching what I'm doing, I am the author and developer of the video game The Wickie, which will be coming out for PC on Steam in summer 2022. Now, I'm not going to talk loads about the game or anything like that. Today, what I'm talking about is obviously the article that kind of goes with this one, which is Amanda came down yesterday and suggested to me that because she'd been reading up on marketing techniques and things like that, I might want to use an app that helps me to post to social media because I hate doing marketing. So I looked at one and it was kind of $1,300 a month, which is mad money. I mean, I don't have $1,300 spare a month, especially for an app I've never used before. But then I found Postify, which kind of does the same thing, and that was, I think it was $15 a month. And I thought, well, worse. What's the worst I can do? I mean, as a game developer, an indie game developer certainly, budget's massively important. But on top of that, my time is really, really important. Just being able to sit down and get on with my work without having to, worry about having to continually post and post, because I hate talking about my own stuff. You may think to yourself, God, he talks a lot about the wiki and things like that, and I do. But that's part of the game development process because I have to keep it fresh in people's minds. Otherwise, my years of work are going to be for nothing because no one's going to play it. So, yeah, this Postify app's actually pretty good. It allows me to schedule stuff and do all sorts of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to this post itself, even though I'm doing it on a Sunday, this will release on Monday morning, probably about 8 o'clock a.m., which is a pretty good time, 8 or 9 a.m., because it means that it'll release in time for people to kind of read it if they want in the morning or whatever. I might make it slightly later, actually. I might make it 1 p.m. so that it's after lunch. I don't know, I'll see. I'll decide in the meantime. You know what it's like. I'm just going to talk and talk and talk. Anyway, I do have some really kind of great news as far as I'm concerned, in that I reached milestone for day one. You may think to yourself, well, if you know about the wiki, there's 14 days in the game. So day one, does that mean I'm only 1/14 of the way through the game if I've just finished all of the work behind day one? The answer is no. It all takes place, as you know, if you're following along, on the Rock and Gondola Island and Segway Island and all the rest of them. And a lot of what I've done in the past 2 years is building the frameworks behind everything. So, building the island, building the parts that interconnect the islands, building the code that makes everything interoperable, the puzzle systems, everything like that. I wanted this to be so much more than a walking simulator, much more of an adventure game. Because of that, it's literally only been today that I've been able to kind of sew up the whole of day one, which for me is fantastic news because I'm sending my beta builds off to Microsoft. I'm going to try and get a Microsoft console release for the wiki, and I'm going to send off a version to my friends at NVIDIA who are very kindly helping me tweak the lighting to make it as good as I possibly can make it. So day one for me, that is a hell of a milestone, and I'm very, very excited. Tomorrow, I've got a full plan ahead because I'm going to be using Trello. Well, I already do use Trello, but I'm going to be, looking at my plans in Trello. I've got to break down the audio for Captain Malin for day two because I've already got the lines from Rob Sharp from the last time. So what I have to do is take the big audio file and I've got to chop it into separate little bits. And then each one of those, I then need to, obviously, make the subtitle files, make the cue files, all this kind of thing. There's a lot of work to it. It's probably going to take me a lot of tomorrow to get the audio prepped, but I'm lucky because I've got a very, very, very good audio actor in Rob Sharp. So for a guy that I basically saw on Fiverr who was doing a great Scottish accent, I was like, you'll do, and he was perfect. Okay, so I've been talking for about 5 minutes now, so I'm going to go and get a move on. If you watched this far, thanks very much, and I hope that you're going to stay for some of my other chats where I talk about things that I'm doing and things that I'm working on, and hopefully even show off some cool things, because there are some cool things to show. I'll try and show a little bit of you know, the work that goes behind perhaps prepping the audio tomorrow. I use free software for that, which makes things a lot easier. So, you know, maybe if you're a game developer, you might find that interesting as well. In the meantime, you have a great day. And if you're a game developer, I hope you get plenty of game developing done. And if you're just an interested member of the public, you know, reach out by all means and say hello. You know, not even to me, you know, if there's another indie game you follow, reach out to the indie developer behind it and say hello and tell them that you think they're doing a good job. You know, it's a lonely business being behind this camera, working as an indie developer, but it's very satisfying. Anyway, you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next broadcast. Bye for now.